If you're in a place where you're just kind of like, man, I feel stagnant in my work, I feel stagnant in my home, I feel just like kind of at that bottom layer energy, for you to be around the dreamer or the visionary or the sharpener or the butt kicker, like each of those people is going to play a total different way in how you then get up and act, right? Sometimes I find there are the people that I go to for the soul sharpening, but they actually like allow me to sit in that discomfort, if that makes sense. Versus the butt kickers, like, get up, brush off your knees. Like, you're not going to stay there. You're not going to stay in that. Not that they want me to stay in lack mentality. That's not what the soul sharpener does. They're giving me God's perspective and they're like, well, maybe this is what's happening. And so to have those, the one word that you said, those people who are of wise counsel, but also can confirm what God is doing through us, what he's teaching us, what he's revealing to us. But they are so energetically aligned with the need that you have in that particular season. So I hang out with some friends with intention of like, I need to get coffee with you. And not because I need you to give me any more dreaming or visionary, because that's probably the role that I play in a lot of my friends' lives. Is I'm just like, don't give me any more ideas because I will go do them and I don't have capacity to do them. I just want to rest. I just want to be, I don't even need a cheerleader because I can cheer myself on a lot of the times. And I've got a lot of little cheerleaders running around me. It's probably the mentor, the soul sharpener that I need the most in my life in this season of my life. I definitely had seasons where I needed a cheerleader, I needed the dreamer. And I think we always need mentors, but what kind of person are you as you're like listening? Who are you to other people? I think is also a really cool thing to formulate and to understand.
That's really good because from time to time I've had people say like, "Oh, you're such a soul sharpener for me," which, and then I'm like, "What? Like, really?" Like, okay. But I think like at my core, I'm a nurse. So I think I'm, like a healer. I'm a heart healer, right?
Yeah.
My that's my thing is that
Mhm.
I know people are broken and sometimes it's hard to get away from that. Like we get stuck there, and probably because I've been stuck there too, right? And
Yeah.
so I feel like that's where I am. It's like, let's, work through this. Let's start at the beginning and where God is going to, meet you. How is he meeting you here? What does
Yeah.
he expect from you? Because sometimes that's hard. It's like we think we have to be perfect. And I have a friend who is like a great heart healer and soul sharpener. But the thing that I love about her, I went to her in one of my times when I was having some really difficult things with my job and a lot of things going on. And we just sat on her couch and she said, you know what? Let's go to the book of Romans because there is so much goodness in there. And let's just
Mhm.
go dive in. And like we just studied for so long and it was so good. And like that just healed my heart, that refreshed my
Well,
soul at the same time. And I love to be that for other people too. So I think that's probably what I am.
I love that. And it's so needed. And you also will have an empathetic lens to the people who need that in those particular seasons. So it's also like almost in a non business type way, but in a business way, like offering your services in that season